life goes.
That's how life goes. Oh, we're starting?
Yeah. She says, shut the hell up.
I'm still sorting through them questions.
Oh.
No, it's fine. We're starting.
You said you're going to surprise us.
Yeah, but I still need to pick out of the 11 questions you gave me.
Oh my God.
It's fine.
Girl,
We'll wing it. We'll wing it.
What are you going to do? Do you want to wait?
No, we're going to wing it.
Oh, okay.
We're going to wing it.
All right, so hi, hi you guys. We're back in the hood, bringing some good. But today I'm back with friends. So there you go. Look at that. Wow. Whoa. And I am not controlling the video today.
I just didn't know being around us was the hook.
I say that in every video.
I was like, girl,
I say that in every video. I don't use them good. I was saying this is some.
It's true.
It's true.
Well, I don't think I remembered that as a kid. Wow. I said I was like, we're back in the hook. Around us
Right.
is the hook.
I feel it was like, we're in Brooklyn.
Well, it's Crown Heights. Actually, I don't think that's.
And I was like, no.
But that's fine. That's fine. We are back in the hood. Not actually, but metaphorically in the hood and bringing you some good. So, today I am not controlling the trajectory of this video. We are going to be talking about Quarter Life Crisis, which is a series that we worked on and some other people worked on 2 years ago. And now we're releasing episodes. So stay tuned for those if I have not already released the first episode. So I'm gonna pass it over. Well, introduce yourselves.
Oh.
Right, yeah.
I'm Ginelle Bamfo. I directed the first episode of Quarter Life Crisis.
Hi, I'm Viyuoh, and I will be moderating this talkback. I guess my first question is for Lauryn. I wanted to ask, what was the inspiration behind the story of Quarter Life Crisis?
That's no laughing.
That's so laughing.
That's no laughing.
Well, mainly it started with my gap year, which I took a gap year like after the first semester of college, and then I was like, oh, I have to do something because life is still happening, and I just wanted to make a series about like adulting and like the name of it came like later, but it's based off the gap year.
And then in terms of, okay, so Quarter Life Crisis, if you can also explain a part of which program it was and how the show sort of came to be, specifically from idea to like development.
Yeah, it was for NYU's TV Bootcamp class, which is an intermediate class, and I found out about it probably like a month or a week before like actually like sending it in. But I had to send in 3 different show ideas, and Quarter Life got picked, and then I had to pitch it again in class with like other showrunners and stuff, and we ended up making like the like before we even had the class, we knew it would be like 5 episodes, and that we wouldn't be like directing any of them, and that it would be really quick because it's a boot camp. So it's like really, you're writing, you're figuring out like next episode, you're figuring out like the whole season also. It's a lot. It's a lot of like back to back to back. Yeah, so that's what we call it, TV boot camp.
And then with Quarter Life, was it, when you first created it, I know it was for boot camp, was it the format? Because I know the format of the web series is that it's like 5 minutes per episode, and you're working on 5 episodes, I remember. So, in terms of like the structure of each episode, I was wondering how you took an idea like Quarter Life, especially because there's so much life to it. I could only imagine that at the beginning it was like so big, it was like a lot. So how did you take an idea, a concept, and a story so big and manage to like condense it into such small intervals? Or like, what was that process like?
That was really hard because I had so many ideas. Like I have rough drafts of like the pilot episode before the class, and those were like, I pictured like hour-long episodes. So it was like Like, I don't know, it was really difficult to condense that into one season and also make it make sense.
Yeah.
Especially, like, even now, like, there's parts of it where I'm like, okay, if we had more time for this, we could have, I don't know, gotten to this storyline more, or, like, did this more. Yeah, so it's just really hard. There are so many ideas. There's so many ideas. And also as much, I don't want to say sadder, but I feel like it was originally, like, more dramatic than it ended up becoming. And it was also, like, the balance between, like, okay, this is my idea, but, like, these are the writers and, like, this is the team. And, like, kind of making sure everyone was also happy with, okay, this makes sense as a team, was also difficult. Because it was, like, everyone has ideas, too, of, like, how it should go and stuff. And communicating ideas to them was also sometimes hard. Yeah.
I bet, because you have to, like, especially because you were showrunner, you have to balance between sharing your own ideas and putting your own perspective. I mean, it's literally your baby, but then also, like, making sure everyone else's ideas were heard and their thing, because each person took on a different episode. They wrote a different episode.
Yeah.
And so I can only imagine that it was, like, a big juggling game. Yeah. Speaking of episodes, let's get into episode 1, the pilot, directed by the wonderful Ginelle.
Yes.
I was wondering, I mean, my first question is very vague. What was the filming process like for you? Or more importantly, how did you get involved in Quarter Life?
Whoa, okay. How did I get involved? Well, we took the class together. So the way that TV Bootcamp works is, like, there's 2 classes, and then each class has 2 shows that are being worked on, so we'll, like, split up the crews in the class. So Lauryn and the other showrunner pitched their ideas, and we as the class picked which ones we wanted to work on. So I liked Lauryn's idea, and then I signed up to work on her show. And then after that, we chose which roles we wanted to do. So you're required to do 3 roles, or it's, like, at least 2 or something. You have to do more than 1 role. So we were all, like, directing here, or writing here, or DPing here, or doing whatever. So yeah, that's how I got involved. I kind of just took the class.
And that's real. That's real. Okay, period. So, in terms of directing, I mean, besides directing, what other role did you have to take on?
So directed episode 1, I DP'd episode 4, I think, and then I wrote episode 5. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, multi-hyphenate.
Yeah.
So, I guess, specifically with episode 1, what was it like taking the helm as a director for that episode, especially because you didn't write the first episode. So what was it like taking an episode that was already pre-written and balancing between trying to add your creative vision, your touch to it, while also making sure that the writers and Lauryn, I believe you wrote the first episode? Yeah, so getting Lauryn's vision through, but also trying to, incorporate some of your ideas. What was that?
It was cool because I tend to direct stuff that I do write, so it was interesting taking on something that I hadn't written, and I'm already close to Lauryn, so the fact that she wrote the first episode was really nice because I could just, like, talk to her really comfortably, and forgotten what I was going to say, but but by the, like Lauryn said, like, her idea developed a lot since she first came up with it. So by the time that it got to, like, directing the first episode, we had all put work into it. We had all, like, we, like, people would take on writing different episodes, but we all, like, outlined it and came up with the story and the arc and everything. So it was, like, by the time it got to me directing it, it didn't feel like it was just Lauryn's. It was, like, all of ours. So it felt pretty natural. I think it was just, like, wanting to approach it with, like, the respect that the story deserves, especially since it's not mine. You have to, like, approach it in a different way because I'm also going through a bunch of people to get the, like, right idea across, as opposed to, like, this is just my idea and I know what I'm like, thinking. So.
Right. I get that. And then in terms of a more lighter question, so do you have a favorite moment in episode 1 or a moment behind the scenes of filming episode 1?
I think Let's see. No. Yeah, let's move on.
Okay, wow.
No, but I think it was really cool to finally see stuff start coming together. And being the first director and the first one to like start filming was like, I was the one kind of in a way leading the charge of the show, and like seeing how we were like gonna work together as a crew when we were still figuring things out. But I think I really like just like the opening scene of Sage and her mom, like her mom braiding her hair and them singing, because I feel like it really establishes their relationship and that the show is about the two of them and their relationship. And that might have been my last scene, or like as director, that episode. That might not be right, but I just remember that feeling very impactful in the moment, and I think it translates.
And it does. It does. It do. I'm curious. So, I know you said that you were in the class and you were able to pick the projects. I was curious on how Quarter Life Crisis relates to you, not only as a creative, but especially as, you know, a person in their 20s trying to find themselves in New York. Especially, I mean, I know at the time we were in, it was during college, but now, it's not, especially now, post-college, you know, in the world, like, how would you say Quarter Life Crisis sort of relates to you in terms of stories?
Okay. I think it's like, even though me and Sage are not in like the exact same position in like life circumstances, I think she's in the position that we're all at of like, she doesn't really know what's happening. And I think we're all there. I think we've all been there like since our 20s started, kind of since college started. I don't really know what's going on.
Right.
And so there's like the panic of that, but also finding her like support system and her friends, in her love life, in her workplace, in her familial relationships, just like navigating all of those aspects of her life, I think is really relatable.
I get that. And it is. Again, and it is. Okay. So there's a common saying where it's like, when it comes to making projects, whether it's filming or whether it's a movie or a show, that there are three types of, and for example, with films, there are three types of films you make. It's like the film you write, the film you direct, and then the film you edit. So I guess for me, and this goes for like both of you, but like also I guess it would more be towards Lauren because you were kind of there from like the writing process forward. But I was curious on like, for starters, how different is the edit that we have now from the first draft that was written, the first draft that was shared? And then also, I guess, how different were you during those processes during all those processes, especially like how different from where you were writing versus when you were filming versus the edit now being done? Like, what was that, I guess, what was the journey like? But then, yeah.
I don't know, there was always something new, like especially with writing it, but then casting actors and then hearing them say it, and then the filming of it also, because we filmed out of order, it was like I could never really tell, like, okay, yeah, we shot that was a great scene, or it was like an okay scene, or like, why did we do that? Or even like hearing, especially like the first episode, and being like, oh, why did I write that? Like, just like a little bit cringy. I don't know, it's so many emotions. And then I think casting really was like the first definite change from the writing, because I don't know, the characters I had in my head were so stuck in like real life people that it was like, I could only see them as like the characters, like, you know, and then hearing it from them was like, oh, well, this kind of changes the way I look at the story as a whole now, because it really became a thing of like, okay, this isn't really mine anymore. Like, I'm sharing it, not with just the writers and like creators, but also the actors now. And to see it in the edit, we saw like the edits weekly for like different, well, not even the edits really. Sometimes the edits, sometimes it was just like us looking at the whole, I don't think we ever like sat through like all of the dailies together, but we would like flip through them. And it was my first time not having my hands on the editing, which was so, a lot of what I learned with show running was just like, this isn't like, I can't have my hands directly on everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not possible.
Yeah.
Unless I really didn't sleep or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it was hard for me to be like, okay, specifically with the editing, because I'm very like, with that.
Very hands-on.
Yeah, those are the words.
Yeah.
Very, very hands-on with the editing. So that for me was difficult, but then it came out the way it came out, and in a good way. Like, I didn't need to have my hands on that, because then I wouldn't have been able to make the hard decisions between cuts.
Yeah.
So that was a great experience. And then seeing it like as the screening was probably like the hardest for me, because I had watched it right before with like my younger siblings, and we all goofed about it because that's what we do. But watching it with like people that take it seriously was like, don't do that.
Right.
Which like now looking at it, I would be like, oh yeah, that's chill. Like I made something, and like we all made, like it's chill. But at the time, I was just like going through all of the motions.
Yeah.
I was just like really hard on myself for like being like, oh, why didn't you do this, or like why didn't you do this, or why weren't you more like this?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things I learned too is like it's okay to be direct about what you want and what you don't want, because I feel like sometimes I may have been a little bit more like, it's okay, it's fine, like a little bit too laid back. Yeah, and I think like if I went forward, like I also just love directing, so that also was hard for me to be like, I have to speak through the director to basically kind of do what I want them to do with the actors, or like certain stuff like that. And that wasn't an always thing. I don't know, there was a lot of taking like a step back and being like, trusting the people that were on the team. And then also like not choose. The other thing too was like I didn't get to choose people who were doing different things. It was just like everyone chose what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
So it was very different. Like with you, okay.
Oh.
Let me not do that.
Oh.
I was gonna say with you, I trusted you.
Cut the cameras out.
No shade to the other people, but it was just like I already knew you and I knew what I was gonna be getting out of that. So it was like, I didn't really have to worry. I didn't really have to even speak through you. I don't think I did.
No.
I
was
remember
like,
doing
what?
I remember having to do that with you. Whereas like, with other people who I wasn't as close with, I couldn't.
Name them?
She has a point.
Whereas with some people, I wasn't as close with certain people. So it's just like, why did you do that? Or like, or that's not how I would, but like it was a lot of holding my tongue and being like, this isn't how I want to say it, so I'm not going to say it. Or like, I don't want to be mean, or I don't want to make someone feel bad. That's the big thing with me, is like, I don't want to make people feel bad. So then I would just hesitate if I absolutely was like, no, we can't do that, then I'd be like that. But most of the times it was just like, if it works, it's fine. So it was interesting. It was an interesting process. A lot of new things.
I bet. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm just gonna take a moment and just like genuinely congratulate both of you guys for making this project. Just because I know like it's really hard to just make film or make like web series, shows, whatever. Just making content alone, and then it's extra hard to like make it good.
Yeah.
And so the fact that you guys not only like busted your asses working on this project, that even though it was for a class, you still made something that's so impactful, and it turned out pretty well. Shout out to y'all. So like, I think I just want to I want to give y'all your flowers for a second, because you know, it ain't easy. It ain't easy. Regarding this project, I'm curious on what are some important lessons that you guys have learned, at least from this experience and working on Quarter Life, not only for your career, but also things you've learned about yourself that you're just like, you're gonna either take with you or you're gonna like leave in that project. Either one works. What was that side eye?
Huh?
Yeah.
No, I was looking at the time too. So I had to make sure I could get up and go.
I think Lauren like touched on it a little, but I think it's really important who you collaborate with, and making sure that like obviously in this situation we were in a class, so it was like the makeup of the class. But when you're like making your own thing and you have the freedom to choose who you want to be around, like making sure that those people believe as much in your project as you do, or like will then be encouraging about making a project, because like you said, it's really hard and can be really frustrating no matter what the situation or the subject matter is. So making sure that you're always surrounding yourself with people who champion you, I think is something that I'm taking from this.
Yeah.
Good. Well, to add on, yeah, like if I was doing this, like if I had to do it again, I probably would. But I mostly learned like I want to keep doing it. Like after the first year and looking back at it, I was like, I don't know if I want to do showrunning really. And then after now 2 years, I'm like, that would be nice. That would be nice to make another show. Except I still want to direct. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it's very important who you collaborate with. And also I think with that project and with my thesis though, I realized like I want to do things that are still like rooted in my life, but like I don't know if I do something as close to home as I did with Quarter Life, because I think that was also hard, like just being there and like seeing scenes happen and being like, well, this is like too close to home for me, and I don't know if I'd be able to do something like that again, where it's like, okay, this is, or like I guess my thesis film is also like rooted in the same thing, but like I don't think I can do that anytime soon. It's the thing, it's like being careful about like what projects I go with moving forward. Can't do like so many sensitive topics. Like I like something a little funny, or like goofy or stupid and non-serious sometimes. So what else? I don't know. I learned like so many things from that. Just like also like leading a team. Like I like to get better at doing that and collaborating with people, and like, oh, that was the other thing. Bro, at one point when we were casting, I was like, why don't I just be in it? And low key, I think of that now. Like, I'm like, yeah. But like, it would have been also a whole different project.
You being in it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I get that. Especially if you showrun and
exactly. I would have actually been.
I mean, I think it's very interesting you bring that up, because I'm pretty sure in the first episode there is.
Oh my god,
cameo.
There is.
No, it could be wrong.
No, you're right.
But I was like, there fully is.
Yes,
And there might be a little cameo of a certain showrunner. I don't.
As a drunk.
Yeah, I was like.
As a drunk.
As a
Drunk, it's true.
As a drunk, it's
and
true.
you know what? She was. Yeah.
Ate that.
She ate that. I'm curious. Just like, what? Wait.
What happened?
What happened? How did that happen?
We had originally casted, I think, Adamo Sao.
Yeah.
With Shoutout to her.
Adam Joy Sao.
Love you guys.
We were originally gonna have her act in it, but I think she got busy. I forgot what happened. Either she got busy or she got sick, or like, I don't know, something came up. And he was like, oh, so we were gonna do it. He was gonna do it. And then I think we joked around about it.
Probably.
And then it just ended up
happening. Yeah.
So
my last question, is there anything you can tease for the rest of the show, the rest of the episodes? Any?
A lot of crises.
Anything you can tease about Sage's journey throughout I guess that's very funny. But like, anything else you can tease, even if it's just like one word, an emoji.
An emoji? Oh.
Yeah, like what's one emoji you would use to describe the rest of the
probably
episode?
the one that Yeah, probably that. That's probably, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe music, I don't know.
Music notes, yeah.
Music notes.
Music notes.
Forest trees.
Forest trees.
I don't know.
Forest trees.
A tree.
Okay, okay.
Loving the stew. Cooking in the stew.
We have to stop.
Okay, well, thank you guys so much. That was my last question. Thank you guys so much for watching. Lauren, I'll hand it back to you.
Peace out. Don't be a fool of school because it's not cool. Please like, please subscribe, please share. Shout out to all of the quarter life crisis people if you're watching. Yeah. Keep on.
Nice.
Yes.
Cut the camera. Cut the camera.
Bye.
Bye.